I'm going to try to explain how I have figured out the way that the Fibonacci sequence should should be applied when using Blackjack, when it comes to what to do when you have multiple losses due to splits and double downs. If you've been watching the series, both the original Fibonacci versus flat betting as well as the current one that we're in, which is the five-way Martingale, Paroli, 1326, and Fibonacci and flat betting, all playing on the same hand. Ran into some really confusing things, and I think I've worked through it. This is actually the second video I've shot of my Fibonacci Blackjack explainer, because while doing that one I discovered something else, so hopefully that won't happen again. If you watch my videos, you may or may not have figured out that I generally don't do double takes or anything. I just I play the shoe, and as you can probably tell by the way I ramble on at times, I figure it out as I go. I don't have a script, I don't have a teleprompter, just talking off the top of my head. I think I'm usually pretty right. All right, so give me a thumbs up for that. Anyways, Fibonacci, as it applies to Blackjack when you're dealing with multiple losses due to splits and double downs. Now, first, let's look at the Fibonacci sequence, which we have right here. The way that this works is you start with a wager of 1 unit. So whatever that is, $5, $10, $15, you just multiply. We talked about it in units. You start at a wager of 1. If you lose that, you move down. It being a negative progressive system, when you lose that, you move down through the sequence on every loss. So start at 1, you lose that, you wager 1 again. You lose that, you move to 2. You lose that, you move to what would be called position 4, wager of 3, and losing again, you go to 5. The way that the sequence is derived, whether it's for gambling or not, but since we're applying this to gambling, it will be losses. You could just be, the Fibonacci sequence is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, etc. For us, it's on losses. So you lose. Your objective is to close your losing streak at break even. Okay. So if you lose 1, you wager 1 again. So I'm gonna just put some chips out here so you can help kind of see that. Okay. You wager 1, you're in first position, and you lose that. It goes away. Okay. I'm going to keep it here so you can see it. If you watch the series, I keep a loss, what I call the loss column up here. Helps us keep track. In the casino, they won't do that for you, so you have to do that yourself. Anyways, so you've lost that. You move to the next position. You wager 1 again. Now, if you win, you just get this 1 back from your loss column, and you're done. You've closed out. Okay? Break even. That's the objective. Of course, on your opening bet, you're like, well, how am I ever going to make money if all I ever do is break even? Well, you're in position 1, wager of 1 unit, and you win. Boom. There's your gains. You just made 1 unit, whatever that might be. Okay? So, starting over, and then when you win, you've started your cycle over. So you're in position 1, you wager 1, you lose that. You're in position 2, you wager 1 again, seeking to get back to break even. Oh, you lose that. Okay? Now you're down 2 units, 1 and 1. So that works. You've now moved to position 3, wager of 2 units. Again, you win that hand, you get that back. You get those 2 back, and you've closed out at break even. Great. Okay? So let's run this a little farther now. Bet 1, lose it. Bet 1 to get that back, lose it. Bet 2, trying to get those 2 losses back, you lose that. Okay, now you are down 4. I'm pretty sure you can see that. I know that I run out of space sometimes, but maybe I'll move this over too. So you're at 1, 1, 2. You just lost the 2. Now you're down 4 units, but your next number is 3. Okay, because the way that the Fibonacci sequence works is that when you win, you don't go all the way back to the beginning. you only go back 1, 2 positions. So let's see how that works. We wager 3. If we win, we get back the 2 and the 1 from here, and we're still down 1 unit, but that's okay because we've gone from 3, moved back 1, 2. So we're still at second position. We're down 1 unit. We're going to wager 1 unit. We're going to hope to win, and if we win, we get it back and we close out our cycle. So it's not really that important from position 3 when you're wagering 2 to move back 2 positions. I mean, sure, it is. You're just going back to the start. And from here, you're not going back to, position 0. You're just going back to the start. Okay, so let's take it a little bit farther, just for illustration purposes. Wager 1, lose. Position 2, wager 1 again, lose. Position 3, wager 2, lose. Position 4, wager 3, lose. What are we up to? We're up to the 5. Okay, 5. We win the 5, we get back the 3 and the 2 to make 5. Right there. We're here, and we move back 2 positions. 1, 2. Our next wager is going to be 2, which is going to work because we have 2 there in our loss column. So, and if we win that, we close out. Now let's just put us back here. We won the 5. We move back to position 3, wager of 2. Trying to get back those 2. If we lose those. We just do the normal thing, and we move down in the sequence to position 4. Wager is 3 units. If we win that, we get back the 2 and the 1. Okay, we move back 2 spaces where I got 1. We're still down 1. We have 1 here. So, and if we win that, boom, we're done. We've closed out our cycle for break even. Congratulations, great. Okay, the way that the Fibonacci sequence is derived is you take the last 2 numbers in the sequence and add the last prior 2 positions that you were at, and you add them up, and that's your next number. Now, since we're applying this to gambling, these are our prior 2 losses. So we have 1 plus nothing before it is 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1, and then and then if we lose that, we take our next 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. We lose that. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay, so that's how you move. That's how you know what the sequence is. When you're at 13 and you win, you go back 2 positions to 5. We'll cover that. Now, I stopped my sequence down here at 89. Of course, the Fibonacci sequence, the natural Fibonacci sequence would keep going. I stopped at 89 because my tables are a max bet of 100 units. So while 55 plus 89 would be 144, you're not allowed to go there. Similar to like when you're playing Martingale and you keep doubling your wager, eventually you, on a long enough losing streak, you will hit the cap for the table, the table limit, and you won't be able to bet anymore, or your bankroll will run out, one or the other. Depending on what you came to the table with in Fibonacci, you're not going to really get past really the 21, at least being able to pay the full bet, because it's not a wager of, when we come to the table with 50 units, it's not a wager of 21, it's a cumulative total loss or wager from all these other losses. So 1, 4, 7, 13, 21, 34. To hit this, to pay the full 21, you would have had to come to the table with 55 units. I think I did that math right. But I think you see. So I think you see how that goes. Okay. Now, just one more thing about Fibonacci was, let me just a very quick comparison to Martingale. There's Fibonacci. There's Martingale. Did I bring my little tags? I'll just throw those out there just so we can, because I'll probably just get confused. There's Martingale. All right, there. And there's Fibonacci. Okay, so Fibonacci is going to follow the sequence. Martingale will follow the Martingale sequence. So they lose that. Fibonacci in position 2 bets 1 to try to get that back. Martingale is betting 2 to try to close out plus 1 unit. You lose that. Fibonacci's now wagering 2. Martingale down 3 wagers 4. Okay? Lose that. Let's just take it one more level just for these purposes. Let me line them up this way. Okay? Next position for Fibonacci is 3. Next position for Martingale is 8. Okay? 8. Now, when Martingale wins, he would get back, you know, everything out of his loss column, the 4 plus the 2 plus the 1 for 7, but he wagered 8, so he gets 1 more. That's his bonus. So he closed out his losing streak for break even plus 1 unit. Okay, whereas, so he starts over at 1 unit on the next hand. Fibonacci, on the other hand, with a wager of 3, gets back 3 from his loss column, and then goes back 2 positions. He's still down 1. He's still in his cycle. He could then work his way down. So it could happen that you're down here, say, you win, you go back 2, and then you pick up where you left off. If you lose again, you start going down in your cycle and then jumping back 2 spots. Okay, so while Martingale would complete his cycle, Fibonacci's cycle is potentially still alive if he is, at anywhere from position 4 and lower. Just thought that was worth noting. That was something that I realized. Okay, now that's all well and good on a even money game or even money payouts. Now, you know, Blackjack has some special cases. It has Fibonacci loses 1. Well, actually, yeah. Fibonacci bets 1, loses, bets another 1, and gets Blackjack. Blackjack is either going to pay 3 to 2. It pays 3 to 2 with me, or it's going to pay perhaps 6 to 5 if you're playing at a low limit table at a casino that's really trying to, ensure that they're profitable. Is really what it comes down to. So in Fibonacci, you're going to get you win on a blackjack. You're going to get the 1 back plus the half. Most of you know by now that quarter represents a half of a unit. Okay, great. It didn't matter because you were at the beginning of your cycle. Let's put you down a little farther in your cycle. Bet 1, lose. Bet another 1, lose. Bet 2, lose. Okay, wager now is 3. Oops, 3, not 4. 3. Okay, now you get a blackjack. Now what? Well, you get your 3 back from your loss column, and you're owed another 1.5. Another half again of your original bet. The way we've been doing it is you don't get that other 1 from your loss column. You simply get another your bonus payment, from the rack, from the dealer, and that's a gain. You don't move back a different amount of positions. You're at the 3. You still just go back 2 positions to the 1. You're still in your cycle with the wage with being down 1. Your next wager would be 1, trying to get it back. So this is just a bonus. Okay, that is fairly common as far as what you'll encounter out there, as far as what how people recommend using Fibonacci. And Martingale's the same thing. I won't take it as far. Bet 1, lose it. Bet 2, lose it. Bet 4 to get back the 3 plus 1 and get a blackjack. So that's going to be 6. Well, so you would get back your 3 from here, and there's no more left in your loss column. So the rest has to come from the dealer. Okay, it's not quite the same in blackjack, in Martingale, because the initial wager win closes out your loss column for a gain of 1. But then you get this nice bonus payment. Okay, so Fibonacci. What about multiple losses due to splits and double downs? Since splits and double downs are, if you win both sides of a split, it's this effectively, as far as chip management, is the same as a double down. It works like this: bet 1, lose. Bet 1, lose. Okay, we're just going to take it to here. Next wager is 2. Oh, double down. Okay, You get back the 2 from your loss column for your original wager. There's no more in your loss column, so you just get a bonus 2. Okay? If you take it a little farther, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're now at position 4, wagering 3, and you double down like that. Well, again, you could do it differently. The way we did it was you get the 3 back from your loss column for your original wager. You don't get this one. You get just 3 from the dealer right there, and you move back the normal 1, 2 positions. You're still in your cycle. So it's just like the blackjack. It's just a bonus pay. Okay? And even if that was, excuse me, Martingale, even if that was, you know, you were at 1, 1, 2, even if you had like a split and then a double down here, well, you just pick which one it is, which one is your original wager. You get back the 3 for your original wager, and then these are just all bonus pays, not affecting how you go back in the sequence. That's the way we did it. Now, you could argue to do it a different way, especially when you're farther down in the sequence. Let me just put you here, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so now your next wager is 8. Okay. On a wager of 8, if you double down, you're going to get back, and you win, you're going to get back the 3 and the 5, or the 5 and 3, however you want to say it, there, and then you're going to get back either 8 from the dealer as your bonus and still be at position 4 for a wager of 3 in the series, in the cycle, or if you want, you can get back your 4. You know, this is all in your head, because like I said, the casino isn't going to keep your losing column over here, plus another 4 for a total of 8, and and that's good. This is your choice if that's how you want to apply Fibonacci. We didn't do that because I don't feel that that's true to Fibonacci, because you ended up closing your cycle for a gain of the 1, 1 and the 2. And okay, now instead of just getting this bonus 8 and still being in the cycle, okay, that's how I did it. So whenever you have multiple wins, and again, if it splits and double downs, you're just taking in more bonus payments. You're staying in your cycle. Okay, that's not too hard to figure out. Again, if you want to do it differently, that's fine. We when it would happen that we would end a shoe mid-cycle, or I do believe it happened where we ended a shoe mid-cycle with a double down. And in that situation, we said, you know, because I closed the table, closed the casino, in those situations, I said, well, okay, you can think of it as you closed out your cycle at break even plus. Okay, however you want to work it out in your head. Like I said, for our purposes, multiple wins from splits and double downs and the bonus payments from blackjacks were just bonus pays. We didn't move back additional spaces through the sequence, trying to, I guess, preserve the intention of Fibonacci being to close your losing streak at break even. So what I would started to say was, you know, closing your losing streak at break even, barring bonus pays from blackjacks and double downs. Okay, so now unfortunately, it is possible that when you split or double down in blackjack that you won't always win. I know, what a terrible game, right? That you don't always win. But if you did always win, they wouldn't let you do those bets. So, so here we go. Opening up position 1, wager of 1 unit. Okay, double down. Okay, great. We lost. Uh-oh. Now what? What do we call this? Okay, there's a few ways to do it. First of all, if you're going to play Fibonacci in the casino, I strongly recommend that alongside of your basic strategy card, which you should certainly take to the table with you to reference it when you just forget, or you have a brain freeze, or you there's someone else at your table who doesn't know what they're doing or is a newbie, and you want to try to help explain to them how to play by basic strategy, you can show them the card. So first, take the card with you. You're allowed to bring it. It's recommended by pretty much everybody to use that card. So if you're going to, but then it's, at the same time, if you're going to play Fibonacci, take the Fibonacci basic sequence with you, because like I said, the casino's not going to hold your little losing chips over here for you. They're going to put them in the dealer rack, and you're going to go, you're going to get a drink, or you're going to make some jokes with your table partners, and you're going to forget where you were, and you'll just ask the dealer, and they're not going to, they might know, but there's a, if they got a full table, that's a lot of people to keep track of. It's your responsibility anyways. So I would take a smaller version of this. Don't bring your big clipboard to the table, and keep your finger on where you're at somehow. If your brain works better than mine, and you can keep track of all these things, well, good for you, because it's really not that hard. It's just, remember, add the last two. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 13. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. 8 plus 13 is 21. That's not that hard, okay? Hopefully you don't get in farther than 21. Or if you do, that you have enough chips, enough bankroll to cover it. But now, what happens, okay? There's a few different ways to do it. Fibonacci, you lost 2, okay? Now, early in the series, I figured it out this way, that, okay, well, this was your original loss, and this is your second loss. Okay, so you're at 1, and then you lost again 1. So instead of moving down 1 position, since you just lost 2 bets, you would move down 2 positions. Okay, not so bad. Wager of 2, if you win that, you close out. If you lose that, you just move to 3. That's not so bad. Okay, that pretty much worked. Okay, so if you, but what if you're farther in the cycle? You lost the first one, you lost the second one, you wager 2, and you double down on that, and you lose that. Well, now you're looking at 1 1, oops, 1 1 2 2. That's not the same. Okay, so what I was doing early on, in fact, let me let's fix that. 1 1 2 3. I think it starts to work at the 5. Okay, 5 and double down. You lose that. Okay, so you were here. You move 1 for the loss, and then you move another one for the second loss. Well, suddenly, okay, well, I'm supposed to bet. Now I'm supposed to wager 13. And if I win 13, I get back the 2 5s and the 3, right? And I go back 2 positions to the, all right? So then I would go to the 5, but if I wager the 5, now I'm in, if I win that, I get the 2 1 1 and then an extra 1. So again, Fibonacci is supposed to close your cycle at break even. So that wasn't working. Okay, let me just put this back. 1 1 2 3 5, double down 5. So then, okay, so then what I did was, oh, well, then I'll I'll move down 2 positions, make my wager 13, and then when I win that, I'll get back 13 right there, and instead of moving back 2 positions, 1 2, I'll make up the extra position that I moved down when I had the double down loss to here, to the 3, okay, which would actually work. 3 2, and then if you win that, there, okay, and that worked out. It started to get really weird and too confusing, moving back and forth. Okay, then you had the strange scenario of triple losses. Okay, so we're in 1 1 2 up here in the loss column, wagering 3, splitting, doubling down, losing the whole thing. Now what? Okay, that was a loss of 9 right there, or 3 bet units. We were here. Well, we lose 1, and we move down another one for the split loss, for the second loss, and we move down another one for the fact that we lost 3. Now we'd be betting 13. Well, we only have 13 out there, right? 3 6 9 12 or 11, 12, 13, and we would go, and if we won, we'd go back 1, 2, plus the extra 1, plus another extra 1. We would actually still be here, but we would have closed out our cycle. Okay, and so that's not working. That's not working at all. It gets worse and worse if you have, you know, quadruple losses. All right. So what I finally realized is bet 1, lose. Bet 1, lose. Bet 2, lose. Bet 3, lose. It's a little clearer when you get down here. Get to 5. Double down. Okay? And lose. There's 2 ways you could do this. And this is why, 1, you take your chart, your Fibonacci sequence with you. Okay? Take it on a piece of paper. Don't have it on a laminated card. Or you could have it on a laminated card, but you're going to need to have the ability to make edits to your thing. So if it's laminated, you'll need like a dry erase pen. Okay, I'm pretty sure they won't mind you doing this. I've seen people, you know, take notes while they're going. I know you can't use your phone, so don't count on using your phone. Oh, I'll just, you know, take my iPhone and open up the notepad and put some stuff down. They're not going to let you do that. So we got 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then our second spot of 5. You can see I've kind of been doing this on here already. Well, it's in position 6 now. We on the loss we moved down the 5. We moved down 1 position and then an extra position for the double down. So while we should be at 13, we're not at 13. We're going to be at the sum of the last 2 losses. Sorry, did I screw it up again? No. Yeah, no, this is right. So 10. So I'm going to write 10 on there. I'm not sure if you can read that. Okay, 10. Then wager 10. This is right. So I win that. I get these 2 back, and to go here, and I move back just the regular 2 positions. 1, 2, okay, and I'm at 5, which is then everything's going to work out right. Okay, because that's where I should be. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, you can do that. Or now, well, first of all, so 1, 1, 2, 3. You're at the wager of 5. You get a split, and you get a double down. Okay, or even whatever it is, you get a split and a resplit, or you just do both double downs. You split and you get to double down on both of them. I don't know. You split 8s and each one got a 3, and you get 10s on those, or you're looking for 10s on those. Well, now what do you do? Okay, so the reason that you need to take a pencil or a dry erase, I don't have very good erasers on my pencils, is so that when it's done, once you've wiped out that spot, you can erase it out. Okay, this is a lovely pencil from my kids. However, if you lose, you're at the 5 position. You lost those. So what you would have done when you just had a double loss is you would have gone like this, and you would have written down the 10 here. Okay, well now you have got the quadruple loss. So rather than trying to move down all of these extra positions, you got your initial loss, and then you got your second loss. Okay, so you got a 5 and a 15 in your stack. So you lost the 5. This one becomes, you know, like a 15, but what you're moving an extra spot. And what you're doing is you're adding up the sum total of your last 2 losses the way that you normally would. 5 and 15 is 20. Okay? Then you wager 20. If you win that, you get those back. You move back 2 positions. You're at the 5, and all is good. If you don't win that, let's say you lose that 20 and you have the funds to cover it. 20 over there. The sum of the last 2 is 20 and 15. Your next wager is 35. And that works. 35. So if you win, you get 20 plus 15, and you move back 2 positions. So you are going to have to kind of, you know, I should have written this down. This should have been the 15. This would have been 35. Okay, so as you keep going, you now have an unnatural Fibonacci sequence. Okay, it's been shifted a little bit. 20 plus 35 is 55. That becomes, I don't know, 90. Okay, so it starts to change. Hopefully, again, you don't get down that far. That's how I started doing it. In the middle, I like to be consistent. I did change it in the middle of this 7-shoe series of the five-way comparison. And then when this is all done, then you can erase this all out and start over. Well, hopefully you work your way all the way back up, or if you don't, then you got to start scribbling again. That's where you need to keep track of it. Now, could you go 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, double down, and count that as a single loss? You were at 5, and suddenly that 5 became a 10, and you just moved down one position. So 3 plus 10 is 13. Yeah, you could also do that, and that might be a little simpler. In fact, I'm kind of, like I said in the beginning, I'm just realizing that now. That's not right. It's 13. Then if you win 13, then you move back 2 positions. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that would work. Maybe that's an even better way to do it. That way you don't have to jump down extra positions. So those are your options. I did it the way where I did jump down the extra position. I will now probably, on the next time I run Fibonacci, do it the way I just said, where you just sum up your whole loss. I didn't realize right away that I needed to bring, when I was started this, the Fibonacci comparisons, that I needed to bring a pencil. I thought I could just stick strictly to it and it would work. And I very quickly found out that it doesn't. So again, take the strategy card, take a small version. You don't have to write big. You can write little when you're at the table, just to keep track of where you are in the sequence. Because if you start getting on that losing streak, it's not hard to remember, oh, I lost, 20 on that hand. I was at 5 and I had a quadruple loss, and the one before was 23. But then if you lose again, then it's going to start, and you keep moving down the sequence, it's going to start getting more complicated. So that's how you deal with that. That's how you also deal with, at least how I deal with the multiple wins or the bonus wins from Blackjack with Fibonacci. So I hope that helps explain. And like I said, I just revealed something new to myself, so that's great. If you have anything you want to add to that, any way that you might play it if you use this in a casino, let us know in the comments. Share the knowledge, just like I'm trying to do with you. All right, please like and subscribe. Hope you're having a good time with all of these, and thanks for watching. Bye.